In this lesson, we will use the long division method to divide polynomials. Example 1, long division method. So step 1, I'm going to talk you through the process rather than write it down. Step 1, you want to always look at the term on the far left side. This is 3x cubed. And then you want to look at the term outside that's on the far left. This is an x. So you say, what do you need to multiply this x with in order to get 3x cubed? That's the question. So think about it. What do you need to multiply it with? Well, if you have 3 x's here and you have 1 x here, so you're going to need 2 more x's. What else do you need? You need a 3. That's correct. So you would need to multiply this x with 3x squared in order to get 3x cubed. So we're going to write that, since it's an x squared term, we're going to write it above the squared terms. So now I'm going to multiply. You always multiply that number by both numbers of the divisor. So starting with the outer one first. 3x squared times x. Yes, it is 3x cubed, and I write it under here. 3x squared times 5 is 15x squared. Anytime you do division, you have to subtract. Remember, when you subtract, these numbers become their opposites. The first one becomes negative 3x cubed. The second term becomes negative 15x squared. So you notice that your cubes cancel out. And with 15 being negative, you're going to bring down a positive 5x squared when you combine those terms. And you're also going to bring down your next term, which is the 21x. Next step, again, you're going to look at the number farthest to your left. This is 5x squared. Then look at the number outside farthest to your left. This is an x. And say, what do you need to multiply this x with in order to get 5x squared? Again, what do you need to multiply x with to get 5x squared? Well, you have 2 x's here, and this is, you have 1. So that means you're going to have to multiply it with 1 more x, and in addition to that, the 5. So it is 5x. You're going to place it right above the x's, and you always know what the next one is going to be, because if this first term is a squared term, the next term will be x, and then the next term is going to be a constant. So yes, I would need to multiply this with 5x in order to get 5x squared. So we place it above the x's. And again, we're going to multiply it with both terms in the divisor. 5x times x. Yes, it is 5x squared. 5x times 5 equals 25x. Subtract. These become your opposites. This becomes negative 5x squared, so your 5x squared will cancel out. This will become negative 25. So when you combine these terms, you're going to be bringing down a negative 4x. And in addition, you can go ahead and also bring down your last term. Okay, again, we're going to look at the number farthest to the left here. This is negative 4x, and then go outside the number farthest to the left. This is x, and say, what do you need to multiply x with in order to get negative 4x? And you already have the x. You only need the negative 4. So we place that above here where the numbers are. That's a negative 4. We're going to multiply that with both terms in the divisor. Negative 4 times x, Yes, it is negative 4x. Negative 4 times positive 5 equals negative 20. Subtract, they become their opposites, and when you combine those two terms, they cancel out to 0, which means you have a 0 remainder. So your answer, your quotient up top, is 3x squared plus 5x minus 4. That is your answer. And there you have the long division method. Let's do one more practice using the long division method. So recall step 1 is to look at the polynomial and you want the term farthest to the left. Then you're going to go outside and look at the divisor and look at the term farthest to your left and say this is x. What do I need to multiply x with in order to get 4x cubed? So a hint, if you look over to the term next to it, it's going to be something x squared. So what would you say I would need to multiply that x with in order to get 4x cubed? If you said 4x squared, you're correct. So notice we placed that above the x squared terms. Now we're going to multiply that term by both terms in the divisor. So 4x squared times x, yes, it is 4x cubed. 4x squared times negative 3 equals negative 12x squared. Subtract, everyone becomes their opposite. We're going to bring down a negative 3x squared when we combine those terms. And we're also going to bring down our 11x. Again, we're going to look at the number farthest to the left. This is negative 3x squared. And farthest to your left of the divisor, this is x. So what would you need to multiply x with in order to get negative 3x squared? If you said negative 3x, then that is correct. Now let's multiply. Negative 3x times x, yes, it is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times negative 3 equals positive 9x. Subtract, everyone becomes their opposite. We're going to bring down a positive 2 as well as the last term of negative 10. Again, we look at the number farthest to your left. This is 2x. We look at the number on the outside farthest to your left. That is x. And you're going to ask yourself, what do you need to multiply x with in order to get 2x? That is correct. It is positive 2. Let's multiply. 2 times x, yes, it is 2x. 2 times negative 3 equals negative 6. Subtract, everyone become their opposites. We're going to bring down a negative 4. We don't have any numbers to bring down, so we are done. We have a remainder of negative 4. And the way you write your remainder, you have to add it or attach it to your answer as a fraction with the remainder on top and your divisor on the bottom. So on the top you should have negative 4, and on the bottom you should have x minus 3, your divisor, and all of that is your answer. And there you have it, the long division method and a problem that has a remainder. In this example, we're going to divide polynomials using the long division method. So, step one, we're going to look at the term underneath the symbol at the farthest end. This is x cubed. Then we're going to look at the divisor here at the end. This is an x. And you're going to say, what do you need to multiply this x with in order to get x cubed? Well, you would need to multiply that with x squared. So let's go ahead and place that on top. So x squared times x, yes, it is x cubed. X squared times 3 equals 3x squared. Subtract. Remember, when you subtract, these become the opposite. This will become negative x cubed, and this will become negative 3x squared, which means we're going to bring down a 17x squared, and we can also bring down our 7x. Next, you want to look at the far end here. This is 17x squared. And you look here at the far end, this is x. What do you need to multiply this x with to get 17x squared? So you would need to multiply that with 17x. So let's go ahead and place it above. Now let's multiply. We're going to distribute the 17 to both terms. Okay? So 17x times x, yes, it is 17x cubed. 17x times 3 equals 51x. Subtract, everyone becomes their opposite. So we're going to wind up bringing down a negative 44x as well as our last term of 12. Now you're going to look at the far end here to the left. This is negative 44x. We have an x. What do you need to multiply that x with to get negative 44x? Yes, that is correct. You would need to multiply it with negative 44. So let's go ahead and put that up top. Now we're going to distribute that negative 44 with both of the terms outside on the divisor. So ready? Negative 44 times x equals negative 44x. Negative 44 times 3 equals negative 132. Subtract, everyone becomes their opposite, which means we're going to bring down 144. We don't have any more terms to bring down, so this is our remainder. And recall, whenever you have a remainder in long division, you must add it or attach it to your answer as a fraction. So the remainder will be your numerator. The divisor will be your denominator. So it's going to look like so when you attach it to there. And there you have it, dividing polynomials using the long division method. Okay, that's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching MVP Tutorials by your instructor, Dr. Speights. I hope you'll join me in the next lesson. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.